Hello, welcome to another episode of Bot and Back. Today we are covering Mecha Invasion GLA-06 Bulldozer. This will be the second figure I'm doing in the Mecha Invasion line. So let's get started. The first thing we want to do is we're going to turn him into his robot mode. First we want to push this little pipe down. You simply take these two parts of the blade, pull them apart and move them down. Then, let's turn him over. We want to untab these two tabs here from these two slots here and here. And then you pull these apart. You want to wiggle them a little bit to get them to come apart. Then just reach in here, grab the gun, which is stored here, pull it out, and just straighten it out. There we go. Let's put that to the side and move back to this guy. Pull these two bits. You want to wiggle them a little bit and untab them from down here because this slot is covering them up. That little tab is covering it there, keeping it from coming out. So just pull it up and out. So now that we have that done, we want to take this and fold it up, and you actually do want to give it a bit of a push here and snap that in. So now we want to take the legs and let's bring them down all the way. So first let's pull out the feet like that and like that. Let's turn him around. And we're going to untab these two bits here and here and turn them around like this on both sides and like that. Okay. And then we want to bring the feet up. Both sides, bring the feet up. There we go. So let's bring this up. There's a double hinge here at the hip. You kind of want to wiggle it and bring it down like that. And I have it for both sides now. And then you want to turn his waist like that. So there we go. And that is it for the legs. Now, you can do what you want with these. You can also have them facing this way. I kind of like them that way better. I just think they look nicer, but you can do whichever one that you want. So let's move on up to the upper body. And what we want to start with, let's bring this back down. Let's take this part here and pull it up. And then we want to take these two parts here and pull them apart like so. We can pull them apart all the way like that. And then we want to take this. Now make sure that this is out of the way, and take this and turn it and bring his head up. So there we are. Now let's take these bits next. So starting from here, we want to kind of bring this in like this. This is tricky, just you want to be careful. Okay, so starting, let's bring this down and bend this up and then bring it down the rest of the way. And then you want to move this up into here and snap that in. Same thing for the other side. Move it down, move it in for the other side, bring this down. Make sure you push this down if you can, because I worry that if you put stress here, it's going to break here, or it might. This is very strong plastic, but I'm worried this is not where you want to be turning it. You really do want to be putting most of your pressure back here. I just think that's safer. So let's turn it here and then bring this guy up. Boom. And that tab's in there. So we have his chest done. So we want to take his arm and we want to turn it this way, and then extend this part here, and then turn it like this, and then bring his fist out. And there's this little flap here. You can just push that back in. And there you go. And there you have one arm. Do the same thing for the other side. So there's our robot. Before we arm him up with his weapon, there is a magnet right here on the bottom of the weapon. You can put that against the back of his head, and his eyes light up. That is very cool. Just do the same thing again to turn them off. All done. Now let's give him his weapon. And there we go. Robot mode, all done. So now let's start putting him into his combiner leg mode. Now, this weapon, it will not do anything until we have all 6 figures. When we do, this can combine into a large gun. We'll do that when we do the combination of Devastator with all 6 figures in another video. For now, let's put this aside. So first we're going to lift these blades up. Let's turn the robot around. Let's pull this backpack out. We're going to push the chest forward and turn it around. Then we're going to push this up onto here, like so. And then we want to take this and spin it around and push it up like that. So next, let's finish up the legs. So we're going to take the double hinge and push these guys up, like that. Just want to pull this. I'm going to pull this piece here on his waist down a little bit. Then let's take his feet. We're going to push the feet down. We're going to pull this bit out. It's a little hard to get off sometimes. We'll pull that out. And there's a part here you rotate up and then push it down the rest of the way like that. Then we're going to turn this around, like so. Same thing for the other side. All right, so we have these legs done. Oops, that popped back up again. There we go. So what we want to do at this point is we have a tab here and a slot here, and they're going to go together, and this is how. We're going to turn, well, let's push this down all the way there. We're going to turn this up like that, and then we're going to fold the leg and move it up like this, and we'll have that go into the slot. Tab them together like so. And let's push this down flush. And then we'll do the same thing with the other side. Now what we want to do, we have a use for these posts here on this bit. What we're going to do, if we look at this, there is a hole both here and there's a hole on the other side right here. That's where these posts come in, but to get them to reach, we need to do the double hinge this way, so the post goes in the hole. Same thing on this side, double hinge this way so the post goes in the hole. And then we want this flush down with that. Let's turn the robot around and let's push these pieces together. And there we have that part of the leg done. So let's work on this chest bit. So you bring this down like that. Let's bring this up a little bit so you can see. There's a tab right in here. And then there is a slot that's right here. And we're going to push this back and against it like that. And the same thing for the other side. So now that that's done, let's work on the arms. So with the forearms, we're going to bring this panel here. We're going to bring the panel up, and then we bring the fist down. And then we take this whole thing, and we're going to turn it down that way. So we want to take the arm so that there's a post here, and there's a hole here. This post will go up, and it will go into the hole. Like that. And then we're going to take this and we're going to bring it down. So there's a tab here on the forearm. It goes into a slot that is here. So let's bring that down into it. There, that's in. And let's do the same thing for the other side. So there we go. The last part we want to do here is let's pull this silver bit out and up. Same thing on the other side, silver bit out and up. And this is, let's straighten that out. This is our leg mode. And what I really like about these guys is there's no parts forming. Everything is built in. So we have our foot, we have our leg, we have our ankle tilt built in. And if you look at the back, there's some parts where we're going to slot the other robots in. And we'll do that in the video where we combine everything. So now let's transform this guy back to robot mode. First thing we'll do is we're going to move these tabs down on both sides. We're going to pull the forearms out of those slots the tabs are in, and then pull the shoulder out like that. Same for the other side. Now we're going to take these chest bits, pull them out to the side, and just put them out. Same thing for this side. So we pull this out, up into the side, like that. So both of these are to the side. So the next thing that we can do, let's turn him around, and let's pull the cab down a little bit. We're going to turn the arm this way, and we're going to bring it up, and there's a slot here and a tab here. We're going to push that in. Same thing for the other side. And then we also want to bring these arms together up here. And then we can push the cab back down. Now we pull these apart, turn him around. We're going to double hinge these away from that post. Move this up. Then we want to unfold the legs. They will untab and pull those out. We'll straighten out the legs. We just want to take this and move it in like that. Straighten out the other leg. So now we want to turn this whole thing around. We can take this blade and turn it around. And then we can take the legs and we're going to move them up We also want to untab this part and move the whole body of the bulldozer down. Now, let's take the feet and bring them in like that on both sides. Before we put them together all the way, there's this eye-shaped slot here that this part of the weapon goes into. So the weapon, we wanted the handle up, bring the barrel down, and that goes into that slot right there. Let's bring these together. The feet, these two tabs will go into these two slots. Now, let's move these in here and tab them into place. Make sure they clear past this black tab on the tread. So here's the black tab on the tread on the other side. Make sure it clears it, and you push that in. And take the smokestack, move it up, and then finally take these two blades, rotate them, bring them down, rotate them, bring them up, and then we want to just tab everything together. All nice. There we go. And there we have our alt mode. Looking good. Love this figure. So I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you have anything that was confusing, just ask in the comment section, or if you just have any suggestions for future videos, figures you'd like me to do, or something you'd like me to do differently in the tutorials. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.